Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. We are in Aerofly FS2 and right in front of us here we have probably the most iconic training aircraft of all time, and it really needs no introduction from me. But just in case you're not sure, this is the Just Flight Cessna 152 in all of its glory. In fact, I've left a beacon on here because I've just been messing around with it, but yeah, this is my kind of first look at a payware aircraft in Aerofly, and it's a shame there's not many more around, but thankfully Just Flight do have a bit of a fleet of aircraft for Aerofly, including the 152, which we have here, the Duchess, and I think a Tomahawk as well. So this is my first look at this aircraft, and as you can see here, it is exquisitely modelled. I mean, there's dirt and grime all over the place. It's just, this is how a 152 should look. I mean, if you've ever been interested in aviation, which I'm sure you are if you're on this channel, or if you've taken flying lessons, chances are you've come across a 152 before. And in fact, my profile picture on YouTube is me sat in a 152, and yeah, this is just modelled to perfection. It really is. I mean, just look at all the rust. This is a well-used aircraft. I'm sure this has got plenty of stories to tell. Look at the exhaust pipe there. It's kind of wearing right on the edge there. The landing gear, struts, just all modelled really well. And in fact, I'll just show you, if I jump in the aircraft into the cockpit, all of that detail extends into the cabin here. I mean, just look at the edges of those doors. I mean, yeah, this has been around for a while. And if you look here, we have got a little option here to toggle. I like how it does that. That's excellent. You can toggle on your tie downs, so you can put them on. So if we just do that now, actually just do that, and then you've got your tie downs, and you've also got your chocks as well. So if we go back outside again, you can see here that the tie downs are all in place. And really nice touch there from Just Flight. Sorry, get the reviews sorted. You can also recharge the battery and refill your fuel. One big thing here, big deal, I know it sounds a bit strange saying this, but one thing you can do, or what I've noticed, when you load this aircraft up, it starts cold and dark. So your engines and your battery, everything's off. Now in Aerofly, it's quite irritating that all the aircraft start all powered up and ready to go, and there's no option to have a cold and dark setting. Now, whatever Just Flight's done, they've managed to get around that problem, and this is all kind of as you'd expect it as you walk out to it for the first time, and you have to do all your checks yourself, which is exactly what it should be. Now with my severed hand here, you can obviously change all of these, manipulate all these controls, and they have a fantastic little sound. Each one has its own bespoke little sound here. So if we just do this with the door and the window, and then back again, listen to that. Just gotta get, that's it, and then the door. Very nice, and just reach out. Shut that again. Oh, listen to that. That sounds amazing. And all of these switches here as well, if I just go in a bit, like the throttle, mixture, flaps. I can't quite get to them in my desktop, so I can just use the mouse here. Everything is modelled to perfection, really. So what we're going to do, guys, is take this aircraft for a spin around this airfield. Now, we're in Switzerland right now, and I probably haven't picked the most easiest strip surrounded by all these mountains, but it does serve a fantastic backdrop. And this is my first time in this aircraft, so you're going to get my first impressions of this particular aircraft from Just Flight. So we'll just take those tie downs off. I love that. That's brilliant. We'll put our battery on, and we're going to prime the fuel pump. So we need our mixture rich, which it already is. So we'll just fuel a bit of a prime here. We'll put our beacon on. In fact, our beacon's already on. Set our trim, parking brake. I think we're ready for Put our throttles cracked for our engine start. So here we are. For the first time, we're going to start this 152 up. Actually really excited about this. Oh, now that is a sound. That is a beautiful sound set. Listen to that. Okay, I'll stop talking for a moment so you can listen to it. That has to be one of the best sound sets I've ever heard. The full range of that engine note you can hear. Listen. Now, as this is a just flight model, we need to make sure that we look after this aircraft because it will bite us and foul our plugs probably. So we'll just take the mixture back a little bit here. And we'll put our taxi light on. So look at that dome light. Of course we won't see that in the daylight so much, but I'm sure that will look beautiful at night. Just checking everything is ready for our taxi out. Okay, right, let's... Now I don't know why I'm looking for traffic. There's no traffic in Aerofly. What we'll do, we'll probably go to our right here. So here we go. Now as I'm looking at all of that panel in front of us, I can see here that the labels, I can read all of that text really well. The Reverb is such a perfect VR headset for this sort of flying, and to really appreciate the really small details that Just Flight have given this aircraft. Well, even down to the individual screws. They've all got little bits of rust and probably a bit of mould, and I could almost... all we need now is smell-o-vision. Because I just know what this aircraft will smell like. Being in... You know, I've been in a few 152s. And it just feels like I'm in a real one right now. This really is very, very nicely modelled indeed. I feel more people need to know about Aerofly FS2. And I think if those... Oh, listen to that. I'm just using a bit of left braking there. If more people knew about this sim and knew that there was add-ons like this available, I'm sure it'd be more popular. Because this feels absolutely incredible right now. Okay, right, so mixture fully rich. Strobes coming on, landing light, taxi light off. One stage of flaps. I think we are ready to get airborne, so let's get cracking. Oh yes. That engine sounds amazing. 50 knots. And we need to get airborne. And just like that we are heading for the skies in this beautiful classic, really, this is a classic aircraft. It's an absolute pleasure to be flying a 152 again. It's been a long time. Last time I flew a 152 it was a real one, and that was last year, so let's see how this compares. Now you have to also take into consideration that there are some limitations with Aerofly. So Just Flight have done an impeccable job of getting around some of those limitations, and so far I can't really see what they are because it just feels fantastic. Right, landing gear, sorry not landing gear, landing lights off. We'll back the mixture off a little bit. And we'll attempt some kind of circuit in this aircraft, considering we have got a lot of mountains. So maybe we'll do a right hand circuit. Currently climbing out at 500 feet per minute, 65 knots. That is bang on the money actually of the real thing. Keeping a coordinated turn. This feels absolutely so realistic. In fact, yeah, we're going to have to be very careful with our circuit here. I really haven't picked an ideal spot, to be honest, but it doesn't matter. So as we're back in the cockpit, I'm just looking at all of the detail. There is a lot to see in the Reverb as well. You can see all of those labels, read them, no problem. Just all the marks, scratches, everything. Just feels like the real thing. And what I thought we could do, instead of doing a circuit, I'm just climbing up to 5,000 feet so we can try a stall in this aircraft. Now, I've never done a stall in the real one, but they are very forgiving. You'd expect the usual kind of left wing drop. So let's see how this one copes. God, look at the views here. Wow. Guys, if you haven't given Aerofly a go yet, you really owe it to yourself. Especially if you're into VR, it is the best sim out there for virtual reality. Especially when you combine it with a payware quality aircraft like this. Right, here we go. 5,000 feet. Just making sure we're clear on both sides. We're going to just do a power off stall here. Feeding a little bit of trim. And see what happens. Should be getting the stall warning any time now. Here it goes. Oh, and the wing's going down. Sorry, the nose is going down. I'm going to keep the pressure on. Really give it a hard time. Feeling very mushy, the controls. Oh, here we go. Here comes the left wing drop. Very gradual here. Yeah, there's the left wing drop there. So we'll just climb up again. And we'll try that one more time. Now remember guys, as I said before, when it comes to flight modelling, Aerofly is very good, but it's not in the same league as X-Plane 11, so Just Flight will have had to really work hard to, you know, eliminate some of those limitations. But it does feel very, very lifelike. We'll just try another stall here. Right, so straight into a stall. See the left wing? There we go, look at that. That is pretty much spot on how the real aircraft would react. I like that. That is really, really impressive. Now we could try a spin. There is a bit of a, you know, dodgy area, but we could try one. So if we just do that again, we're going to really kick in some left rudder here. Keep it going and... oh yeah, let's just pull out of that. Right, what we'll do now is we'll bring this aircraft back into land. And I'll tell you what we'll do a bit of a side slip. So we'll just put one notch of flaps in. Landing lights can come on. And we'll basically, what we'll do is we'll do opposite aileron and rudder to get down and see how the aircraft behaves here. Oh, I can hear the wind already. That's a nice touch. So as we see, we've got right rudder and left aileron, and that is helping us. Look at the vertical speed. We're going down 2,000 feet per minute, holding at about 90 knots. I'll just show you what that looks like from the outside. and is really bleeding off the speed. I tell you what, I'm feeling quite nostalgic at the moment. I'm being in this aircraft is really bringing back some wonderful memories of flying the real thing. I mean, that kind of says it all, I think, in a lot of ways. Right, okay. We'll level out here. Get back onto the runway centre line. We'll go outside for touchdown. Beautiful. So as we taxi back, I hope you enjoyed this first quick look at a legend, really, that I'm flying today. And this is, as I say, the Cessna 152, which is available in Aerofly by Just Flight. And I really think they've done an absolutely stellar job of recreating this aircraft. It just feels so well mannered, it feels forgiving. It's got that, I can almost, as I say, smell the oil, the old seats, you know. It's just, it brings back a lot of great memories of flying this aircraft in the real world. And just, yeah, thank you Just Flight for bringing this iconic aircraft into a fantastic simulator such as Aerofly. Let's just go outside as I cut the engine here. If I can find the right view. Sorry guys. There we go. Beautiful. Taxi light coming off. Magneto's off. Battery off. Even the dials, everything, it's just really smooth. What else can I say? Absolutely beautiful aircraft. I hope you enjoyed that first little look. There'll be plenty more of this aircraft, I can assure you of that. But yeah, first impressions, absolute 10 out of 10 job. Take care guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.